Well, it is extraordinary. I mean, America in 1936 was not quite the same as America now. Germany, 1936, certainly wasn't. You had countries with their own prejudices and inherent racism of different sorts. Philosophies were different in those days. We hadn't had the Holocaust. I mean, it was there was time before that. And here were the Nazis working with Leni Riefenstahl to create this extraordinary event, the first sort of filmed media event that had ever happened. They of course, the Nazis realized the power of the screen in a way that, I mean, they were really the first to utilize that. And fortunately, they had Riefenstahl, who had this amazing eye and had the contacts with the most senior authorities in the government, so she could get her way on most things. So those two cultures, and then coming together through sport, which my character, Avery Brundage, believed that sport was and is one of the great glues towards global harmony. You know, we get together to compete peacefully, and now with our fixation on sport through the television, the Super Bowl and the World Cup and all of this, it's I suppose a continuation of that, of how we're able to compete with each other, but hopefully peacefully.
Now, Brundage went on to become almost synonymous with the Olympic Committee in the 70s until he died. Yet we know historically that he stopped those Jewish athletes from participating as a favor to Goebbels. How did he overcome that scandal?
How did he overcome it?
Yes.
Well, he was voted off the Olympic Committee and went back to his construction work, but was then invited back in 1970 or 77 to take over the presidency once again. So once the scandal had passed, he was again seen to be the best man for the job. Once again, he made a very unpopular decision at Munich after the deaths at Munich. He said, no, the games must go on. The games are the games, and was heavily criticized for that. But he believed that sport should override politics and override particular dramas, even if it was a mass murder like the Munich Olympics were. And maybe he's right. If we stop, perhaps if we stop whenever we're upset, whenever anything goes wrong, then we'll never will encourage people to continue to try to disrupt sporting occasions or any occasions. I think the best thing to do is just to go on. Very interesting in Paris now, what the spirit in Paris after the terrorist attacks is just go on. Just keep going. Don't let them change you. And I think it's very important. We see nowadays the pressures of that terrorism put upon our liberties, and I think we have to be very careful that we don't lose those liberties because of terrorist behavior. Brundage certainly believed life should go on, and the Olympics should go on in that case, and was heavily criticized for it. But anybody who sticks their neck up and stands for something will be criticized. It's the nature of the job.